Elliott Wave Theory has one of the most devoted set of followers in all of technical analysis. Traders spend years mastering it, so why can't two of them ever agree on the same chart? We start with the 5-wave impulse. 5 waves in the direction of the trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. According to Elliott Wave proponents, each one has its own personality, and if you can identify which one you are in, you know exactly what to do next. Wave 1 is kind of invisible. The market has been falling and everyone is still bearish. The first move up gets dismissed as a dead cat bounce. Nobody believes it yet. Wave 2 pulls back and the bear spiel vindicated. This is the retrace, typically a 50 to 61.8% retracement. Into wave 1. Feels like the downtrend is back. But here is the rule. It cannot fully retrace all the way to the bottom of wave 1. If it does, then there is no wave 1. And here is the cruel part. You cannot even label wave 1 or wave 2 until they have both happened and been confirmed. By the time you know where wave 1 started, you're already in wave 3. Now wave 3 is the one that everybody wants. The break above a wave 1 high triggers a cascade of stop losses from short traders and the move explodes. This is usually the longest and most powerful wave in the sequence. Wave 3 typically extends up to Fibonacci 1.618. Let's have a look what this one did. This one went up to 3.618. And they do say that in strong trends it can go to 2.618 or 3.618. And our Bitcoin chart shows exactly that in this case. Miss this entry and you're missing the biggest move of the entire sequence. Wave 4 is the grind. Early buyers take profits and price chops down and sideways. Typically a 38.2% retracement here. About right? They say it is frustrating and directionless and shakes people out. Wave 5 is the finale. It makes a new high, but the fuel is running out. Volume drops, momentum fades, and the retail crowd that missed the entire move piles in right at this top. When wave 3 extends like it did here, the guidelines say that wave 5 should equal wave 1 in length. But as our Bitcoin chart shows, the market does not always read the textbook. Now the ABC correction. After 5 waves up, the market corrects, and we label them A, B, and C. Wave A is the first leg down. Most traders still think the uptrend is intact. They buy the dip, but they're wrong. Wave B is the bounce, back up to where the trap was set. Looks like the trend is resuming. It feels like a second chance to get long. Elliott Wave proponents have a name for this, the bull trap. It typically retraces 50 to 61.8% of wave A, but fails to make a new high, which is about right. And wave C is the one that really does the damage. When that wave A low breaks, the reality hits the market all at once. Wave C is typically the length of wave A, but in our case, it isn't. 8 waves in total, 1 complete cycle, and then it starts all over again. Zoom out far enough, those 8 waves just become 1 wave inside an even bigger structure. That is the fractal nature Elliott was so convinced about. Let's talk about the 3 unbreakable rules. Everything in Elliott Waves is open to interpretation, except these 3 things. Break any one of these 3 things and the whole wave is dead. Rule 1. Wave 2 cannot retrace 100% back down to the bottom of wave 1. If price falls below that, you do not have a correction. You have a new trend. Rule 2. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave of waves 1, 3, and 5. It does not have to be the longest, but it cannot be the shortest. And rule 3, wave 4 cannot enter the price territory of wave 1, so it cannot go beneath the high of that wave 1. And if it does, gotta relabel everything. 3 rules, that is all that is truly fixed in this entire theory. Everything else, the Fibonacci targets, the retracement depths, the wave shapes, is a guideline. And guidelines, as you're about to see, are where the trouble starts. So how do traders use it? In practice, Elliott Wave traders are trying to answer one question. Which wave am I in right now? Get that right and the trade is obvious. Wave 3 starting, you buy and you hold. Wave 4 grinding, you wait. Wave 5 topping, you prepare to get out. Wave B bounce, you stay well clear. The entry that everyone hopes for is the end of wave 2, the last pullback before the explosive move. the best risk and reward in the entire sequence. Fibonacci levels tell you where wave 2 is likely to end, 0.5, 618, 786 of wave 1. And if you don't know what Fibonacci is, I did a video about this, you can go watch that up here. Wave 3 targets are projected at 1.618, 2.618. This one did 3. Sounds precise, sounds systematic, sounds like it should work every time. So why doesn't it? Here is where it gets interesting. This Bitcoin chart we just walked through. Every wave perfectly labelled, 1 through 5 and A, B, C. And I found that alert, it's built into TradingView. Just type Elliott and it's the first one, Elliott Wave chart pattern. So this looks like a textbook Elliott wave. Now let's rewind to the start of wave 2. Watch what happens here. Wait a minute, it's all changed. Now 1 has become 4. Let's let it play back to where we were. Projecting all kinds of things. Whoop. We've now got our 1, 2, 3 back. Our 4 back. But no, 4's jumped. 5 projected here or here. Oh, 5 now moved. Oh, 5 now snapped. Projecting our ABCs. There you have it, we're back where we started. So the labels have changed, the waves were renumbered, the entire structure was redrawn over and over again. This is not a theory predicting the future. This is a backwards rationalization machine that rewrites history every time a new candle is printed. And here's the question nobody sells in an Elliott Wave course. If it cannot tell you what wave you are in until after the fact, what exactly is it telling you? Now let's look at this same chart yet again with some institutional context. But this time I'm going to turn on fair value gaps and break of structure. You knew that was coming. Okay. 2 was just a retracement into a bearish breaker block. And then the journey up was a mixture of bouncing off fair value gaps, back into fair value gap here, forms an order block, comes on up, forms another order block, and shoots on up. At the top, forms bearish order blocks and bearish breaker blocks, gets rejected, gets bearish fair value gaps, bounces back into them, as you can see here. That was why it came back up to get that liquidity, then it starts going back down. Now tell me, what did Elliott Waves have to do with that? So the Elliott Wave Theory is an elegant idea. The concept that markets move in a predictable pattern, driven by human psychology, is kind of compelling, isn't it? And in hindsight, you can find perfect waves on almost any chart you look at. And that is precisely the problem. In hindsight. Also, ask 10 Elliott Wave proponents to count the same chart in real time, and you will get 10 different answers. The man who made it famous spent 20 years calling for a bear market that never came and lost 18.1% annually doing it. Also, it cannot be backtested because there is no objective way to define where the wave starts or ends. And when the count breaks a rule, you do not abandon the theory, you just relabel everything and start again. A website called Liberated Stock Trader, they put it best. It is impossible to prove that Elliott Waves worked more than 50% of the time. And that is a coin flip. And a coin flip does not require years of study. I have the links to all the articles I used when I was researching this video. I put them in the description. So for me, Elliott Wave Theory is like astrology. Astrology has devoted followers, complex rules, its own language that takes years to master. And when the prediction is wrong, you just reinterpret it. So Elliott Wave Theory has been around for a century and it'll probably be around for another one. Because humans love patterns and they love complexity and they love the idea that the market is a puzzle to be solved. But the best trade you ever make is knowing the difference between real edge and a compelling story. So if you enjoyed that take on Elliott Waves, because I'm sure I'm going to get some flack in the comments, please would you hit subscribe, like and share. I do a new video every week. You can watch one of my previous ones down here and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.